Life is full of ups and downs, but sometimes we enter a period so dark, so painful, that it feels like the very foundation of who we are is crumbling. This experience is often called the dark night of the soul. It is not just depression or sadness, it is a deep existential transformation that shakes us to our core. Even though it's terrifying, this phase can lead to immense spiritual growth and self-realization. So, what is the dark night of the soul? This is not a religious concept, but people from all walks of life encounter it. It is a stage where all beliefs, attachments, and our made-up ego identities are stripped away, leaving a person feeling lost, alone, and uncertain. This dark period often comes after a significant life event, a death, a life-threatening event, a loss, a failure, or realization that what once gave meaning no longer does. The person may feel disconnected from themselves, their purpose, and even from life itself. It is a spiritual death, a necessary dissolution of the ego before something greater emerges. What are the signs you are experiencing the dark night of the soul? The dark night of the soul is not just an emotional low. It has distinct characteristics. 1. Loss of meaning. Things that once felt important now seems empty. Career, relationships, or even personal goals lose their appeal. 2. Deep emotional pain. A person may feel grief, sadness, an overwhelming sense of despair without a clear reason. 3. Spiritual disconnection. Practices that once brought peace, prayer, meditation, or community feels lifeless. 4. Loneliness and isolation. There is a sense of being completely alone, even when surrounded by others. 5. Questioning everything. Long-held beliefs, faith, and identity feel unstable or false. 6. Desire to withdraw. The outside world may seem overwhelming, leading to an urge to retreat inward. So, why does the dark night happen? The dark night of the soul happens because deep transformation is taking place. The ego, the constructed self that we believe we are, begin to dissolve. This dissolution can feel like death because, in a sense, it is. The false self is dying, making way for a more authentic version of the self to emerge. Many spiritual traditions speak of this kind of experience. In Buddhism, it is the ego's death that comes before enlightenment. In psychology, Carl Jung refers to as awakening their unconscious shadow self to become whole. It is a necessary breaking down before rebuilding can occur. How to navigate dark night of the soul? If you find yourself in the midst of this experience, it is important to understand that it is a temporary process and has a purpose. Here are some ways to navigate it. 1. Surrender to the process. Fighting against the dark night only prolongs it. Surrendering means accepting the experience without resistance. Trust that this phase is leading you somewhere meaningful, even if you can't see it yet. 2. Feel your emotions fully. Do not suppress the pain, fear, or sadness. Let yourself grieve. Journaling, crying, or simply sitting with your emotions can be incredibly healing. 3. Seek solitude without isolation. Spending time alone can be helpful, but do not completely cut yourself off from support. Reach out to trusted friends, spiritual mentors, or even professional counselors if needed. 4. Re-evaluate your beliefs. Allow yourself to question everything. The dark night often dismantles all beliefs that no longer serves you, making room for a more profound understanding of life and self. 5. Engage in grounding practices. Physical activities like yoga, walking in nature, or simple deep breathing exercises can help anchor you when the experience becomes overwhelming. 6. Look for signs of awakening. Even in the darkest times, there are moments of insight and clarity. Pay attention to small shifts in perspective. These are indications that transformation is happening. Emerging from the dark night. The dark night of the soul is not a permanent state. Eventually, the darkness begins to lift, and a new sense of clarity emerges. Many who undergoes this experience find that they come out with a deep connection to themselves and the universe, a more authentic way of living, free from societal or ego-driven illusions, a renewed sense of purpose and meaning, greater compassion and understanding for others who suffer. While the process is painful, those who emerges from it often describe a sense of spiritual rebirth. They have shed the layers of false self and stepped into a more authentic existence. So what's our final thought? The dark night of the soul is one of the most challenging experiences a person can go through. But it is also one of the most transformative. It is a deep initiation into a higher state of being. If you are going through it, know that you are not alone. Countless souls throughout history have walked this path before you, and many more will walk it after. This is not the end. It is the beginning of something profound and beautiful. Trust the process. Hold on. When the night finally lifts, you will see the dawn of a new view.